How you doing, guys? Professor EDC with another BLADE-OSOPHY Sunday, and it's time to practice letting go. I don't know how many of you know, but if you don't know what happened and why am I about to let go of around 30 pieces of my collection, go back to last BLADE-OSOPHY from last week, and there I tell you the story, but it's not a happy story. And the point being is it's time to let go of pieces that I didn't think I was gonna let go of just not yet. And well, the time came. There are some pieces that I thought I would keep in my permanent collection. There's nothing permanent, is there? But there were some that I planned on keeping for a longer period of time, and well, life is telling me to go another way, and so I must. And I must, so that I can keep on going with this project. This project became my life project, and I don't mean by any means, I don't mean living off YouTube, because if it's hard enough in English in the US, it's even harder outside of the US. It's even harder here in Mexico. But this gave me the opportunity to start a small store, a knife business, if you will, small knife business, online business, and where I also improved on leather straps and diamond pastes for the straps and whatnot, and included that in my online selling. My small shop is my small store, if you will. And that all happened because of unemployment, because of COVID. Around 65-70% of private school teachers were fired. And then when trying to get back, there was a 30-40% decrease in the salaries here. So, that made it almost impossible for most of us private school teachers to get back to classrooms. And so here I am, something that a student of mine, a fourth grade student of mine, suggested in order to share my collection, because they loved the knives that I took to the school, since one of the subjects that I teach was, or that I taught, was ecology and permaculture. And so I used tools for the everyday carry, and my students were fascinated by these wonderful tools, boys and girls. And they aspired to arrive to the highest level, which was handling a Mora knife, a basic Mora knife, to carve a spoon, to carve a butter knife. And well, that's how it all went. And that's how it all got me started. And then it turned into this. It turned into Professor EDC. It turned into going deeper into the rabbit hole and into studying blade shapes and steels and companies and pricing and materials and all that. And so there have been times where, I gotta keep the rotation going, and that's something that I've done without any difficulty. But this time around, just gotta let go pieces of my permanent collection unexpectedly. And isn't it hard to let go? But at the same time, isn't it a fantastic and a very hard, very strong practice? May I say a spiritual practice, a personal development practice. Because you see, if we learn to let go of these small things, these trivial things, trivial, but at the same time, oh man, does it kind of hurt, Does it, do they want to stay and want to try to save as many as I can? But if we learn to let go of trivial things, then maybe we can take the next step or be ready for when the important situations arrive. What am I talking about? Well, do you have pets? How hard is it to let go of your dog when it's dying? And I've had literally I've had at least 4 of my pets, of my dogs, die in my arms, and it's just not a pretty thing. But it's hard. It's hard to let go of them, right? Of the people, the things you love. And so, and pets for me are like, they're family. Great companions and friends. And I've also had a few people that parted before their time, because of suicide, and it's just not a pretty sight. And we'll have loved ones that will part from us. A cousin that I grew up with, who was like my brother, not like my brother, he was my brother. And, parting with him was just a very difficult thing. And then, how about grandparents? How about your parents? How about your loved ones? It's all, if we can see this as a practice, then it's just a bit easier. Though, being honest and knowing I won't be able to get back to get some of these wonderful pieces back again in my collection. You know, easier said than done. I am, however, grateful for having each and every one of these knives and others that are going to go out for sale. Why? Well, I'm grateful because of the experience, but not only that, I'm grateful because these belongings, this collection is going to serve me to keep on living, being able to put food on my table and pay the rent and pay my medicine and you know, trying to keep this business alive, trying to keep the channel going. And so I never ask you guys to like or share, but this time around I do ask for your support, and I ask for that support in the form of sharing. Because that's the only way I'm gonna get out of this whole mess. And so, if you don't know who I am, then I invite you to check out some of my videos, to get to know me a little bit, so that you guys know who the professor is, and know that I'm an honest person, and that I think I have earned not only the respect but the trust of many people. And so, and that's why I dare ask for that support, for that like, for that sharing with other people, so that I can grow this channel and keep on bringing straight up honest points of view on not only the knives but the BLADE-OSOPHY and whatever lies ahead. Anyways, guys, I hope that when you get apart from something or someone, you can do so in the best possible way, thinking that it is part of life. Impermanence is part of life, and whether we have to let go voluntarily or involuntarily, we'll have to let go. Whether it's an object, whether it's a loved one, whether it's our own health, imagine that. Or the greatest test of all, when we have to let go of this life and say goodbye. Professor EDC out.